Welcome to Let's Write a Letter. This is all about embracing the simple joy of writing letters, sending letters, and receiving letters, because who among us doesn't like to get something fun in the mail? Letter writing may be considered somewhat of a lost art these days, but I believe there are still a lot of people out there who appreciate sending and receiving something that is handcrafted. So today what I'm going to be focusing on is putting something together to send to one of my sisters. And I'm going to be using this note card, which has a very funky design that I enjoy. And it's just blank on the inside. So I can really sort of let my imagination run wild with how I choose to fill that. And it comes with this envelope, which has a goldish hue to it. Somewhat hard to tell in the video due to my very no frills YouTube video kind of approach I've got going on here. So the card and the envelope are from a very pretty box set of note cards that I received last Christmas from my mom. They're from the store Anthropologie. It's totally not a necessity to use a fancy pre-made card or envelope set. Really all you need is any sort of writing surface and something that can be placed inside of an envelope or inside of something that you choose to fashion into an envelope, so that the letter can go on its merry way. So the tools I'm going to be using to decorate the envelope and to write inside the letter today are these Stabilo Boss sort of marker hybrid kind of things. They have unique colors that I enjoy. I like the bright colors, so I'm going to be using those. I also really enjoy the smoothness of writing with a marker. That's about as thick as they are. So for me, that's a nice consistency. And to decorate the envelope, I'm just going to be using a simple black Sharpie. This is sort of the perfect tool to use for this envelope because the paper has a bit of a sheen to it. So you will notice that certain types of paper react differently to writing utensils. So if I use something that's a bit too inky with this kind of paper, it'll get really smudgy. So the Sharpie is actually the perfect option for me today. So if you like, you can pause the video and go and get yourself something to write on and something to write with, and then we can write a letter together. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to focus on is decorating the envelope. So my intention is to make it quite ornate so that when my sister opens her mailbox, something really fun will pop out at her amongst the other things that are inevitably waiting in there, like flyers and bills, which are not so fun. So I'm going to be looking down for this portion of the video, decorating the envelope. I apologize if that is counter to video etiquette or if you consider that rude. No offense is intended by me. So please, grab your stuff and we can decorate our envelopes and letters together while I speak with you. So I'm going to do a very sort of simple design on the outside of the envelope because this is my first video and I'm kind of learning as I go. So drawing something too complicated is probably not in my skill set at this point while I'm speaking on a video. So my hope with creating these videos is that eventually we can foster a sort of community of like-minded individuals who just enjoy the handwritten craft of letters. I also think this is a good way for people to maybe work on their language skills, whether you're working on English, speaking it or writing it, or you just like to improve overall expression. I think letters is a nice way to be able to do that. And sometimes you can say something in a letter that you wouldn't necessarily be able to communicate verbally. But I still think it's important to take care with your words and how you express yourself. So a letter lets you sort of pause and take your time to think about what you want to express before you do so, before you put it down, before you put pen to paper, as they say. So I'll just show you what I've got so far. Just very simple, just simple lines, nothing too crazy. You don't need to have any sort of, out of this world artistic skills to be able to do something like this. Something simple is just as nice. And when you think about how you feel when you get something in the mail, you feel special. It doesn't have to be mind-blowingly, visually amazing. Something simple is just as nice. And the funny thing is, I'm actually going to be seeing my sister in person before she will have received this letter in the mail. So it'll be kind of fun when I hang out with her and see her and kind of, secretly know in the back of my mind that there's something on its way to surprise her in the mail. Okay, so I'm almost done with this. These lines are actually kind of therapeutic to draw, sort of relaxing. And hopefully you're also enjoying your experience here. Okay, so I just created a simple border. Again, nothing fancy, but it's enough to kind of pop out at her. I might also kind of just do like a little bit of a border around here. Okay, and then I just kind of did another little bit of a border around there. Oops, sorry. And then obviously her address will go in the middle. I'm not going to write the address, just, to be safe. I want to keep my sister's identity private, and just keep in mind, it's always important to stay safe. And, this video does go on the internet, so you never know who's seeing it out there. In another video I'll do in the future, I will create an example template of an address, just with sort of some fun fun cursive writing, so that maybe it'll give you some inspiration or some ideas. But for now, it's just gonna be this, and then it'll have her address in the center, and then I'll probably do something funky on the back and put my address here, probably do another border like I did on the front. And then I'm just gonna kind of let my imagination run wild with the blank card here. Probably put some sort of inside sister jokes that really would only make sense to her and I. So that's all for today. Just something really simple, my intro video. Hopefully it is received well, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.